joined now by Tampa Bay Buccaneers star wide receiver Mike Evans, who's here with us on behalf of Planters. We'll get to that in a minute. But Mike, how you doing, man? It's a pretty quiet offseason for you. Nothing, no big news, nothing happening down there with the Bucs. Pretty quiet so far, I take it.
I'm doing well, man. I wish that were the case. I wish it was quiet. That would mean we still have Tom and, but it is what it is.
Where were you when you found out? And you can answer this like the official Tom Brady announcement or the Saturday, like leaking it out there. Where were you? Where were you when you found out? Like what was your mindset through the whole thing?
The fake one, I seen everybody tweeting. I'm like, all right, so this has to be real. Like everybody, Julian Edelman, Chris Godwin, everybody's tweeting that he retired. So I was playing video games with my friends. I was playing Fortnite up in my office in Texas. I was getting it in too, actually. It was a fun day. And then I hear that news, and then my heart started watering. He texted us right before, put us all in a group chat, the book skill guys, and let us know how he felt about us and things like that. So greatest player ever, hardest worker, most prepared guy at his job, at any job. I mean, he's so prepared. He makes sure everybody else is prepared. I mean, we're going to miss him so much. It's going to be a huge blow. It's going to be tough to replace a guy like that, obviously. But
where do you think the Bucs go from here?
I don't know if we're staying in-house or going for a free agent. I really don't know what we're going to do. Hopefully, we'll find out soon so I can, start putting in some work with whoever it might be.
Do you think that playing with Brady sort of kind of woke up the rest of the world? It's like Mike Evans is a complete number one receiver that runs routes, gets separation, is a really good underrated technician, because that's kind of my theory about the whole thing.
Well, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. But I don't know what people think. I mean, obviously, more attention has come to me. If you play with Tom, then that's what's going to happen. You win the Super Bowl, that's what's going to happen. But yeah, I do hear a lot of people say I'm just 6'5" and this, that. But there's not many 6'5" receivers in the game anymore. There's the best guys are like 6'2", 6 foot. Cooper Kupp's a slot guy. He's one of the best in the game right now. He's unbelievable. I mean, we all come in different sizes. I'm not just a jump ball guy. I'm good at jump balls. I'm really good at jump balls. I wish I got more of those, to use my size. But each year I just try to focus on route running, being better after the catch.
Chris is one of my favorite players, like even dating back to the Penn State days. I thought he was, he went in the third round. I thought he was another really good player. Again, let me just pat myself on the back here. Yeah, I think he was a huge steal then. Just, again, a complete player that can do everything. I think he blocks his ass off for you guys too. Like he's just, it's really kind of, I think he could do a lot of what Cooper Kupp does for the Rams. They're
very similar. They're very similar.
Talk to me about kind of like your dynamic with him. Feels like you guys were one of the best duos in the NFL and hopefully can continue to be.
Absolutely. I mean, that's my guy. One of my favorite teammates of all time. Blue collar guy. He's nasty, gets down and dirty, runs after the catch. He never goes down, blocks his tail off. He's been doing that since day one, though, since a rookie. He came in prepared. He knew the offense better than me when he was a rookie, and it was my 4th year. So, I mean, that just says, the student of the game he is. Great teammate. Me and him, we're similar in the regard that, we're just blessed to be here, and we know that. Talk about it all the time, and we're not going to take this opportunity for granted. We're going to try to maximize it. I'm sure he's going to come back from the ACL injury even stronger because he's a dog. And, I have no doubt about that. So hopefully, me and him will be doing it big in Tampa for a long time to come.
I have to ask you about the whole Antonio Brown thing. What went down between you and him there? What went down with Antonio Brown? And where are we at with this whole thing at this point?
I mean, what I remember is we were trying to get him to come back in the game. He was saying he wanted to rock. And I mean, rightfully so. We should have gotten the right. I mean, he's an unbelievable player. We're like, yo, come in the game, AB. So we're asking him to come in the game. We're on offense. And I'm like, AB, big bro, come on, let's go in the game. They're calling for us because me and him are both on a pitch count because we're both coming back from injury. And so I'm trying to get him to come to the game. And he doesn't come. So I go back on the drive. I do my 2 plays. I come out, and then I see BA still trying to get him to come in the game. And they had like a falling out somehow. And AB goes off, and he's about to take his pads off. And I'm trying to grab his pads and tell him, like, yo, big bro, because me and him have a relationship. And I don't want him to go out like this. Like, we need him. So I'm telling him, yo, big bro, we need you. The season's almost over. If you don't want to be here the next year, you can leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I just didn't want him to go out like that. So I'm telling him, please don't go out like this. And they're calling me to go back in the game. So I just left him alone, like, all right. And then second, third down comes, we score on that drive, but then on TV timeout, we see that he was doing all that stuff, taking his pads off, doing jumping jacks. I mean, it was unfortunate. I mean, I didn't know that it was gonna go down like that. I mean, I thought, we was gonna have a chance to go to the playoffs and probably repeat, and he would have definitely helped us.
So in that aspect, there's so many similarities. Ultimately, the right plan, the right strategy, understanding the market, and then execution. And then along with execution comes a lot of, I would say, character traits, discipline, determination, resilience, mental toughness. All those things carry over into sports as well as business. And the best leaders, as we know, have the great traits of resiliency and determination. And, look, it's not always going to go great. It's just the reality of life. It doesn't, if you look at my life, it wasn't handed on a silver platter. I mean, people would see me now and go, oh man, 22 years in the NFL, you got it made. I'm sitting here thinking I was a backup quarterback on an 0-8 freshman team. Like, no one gave me a shot.
Yeah.
I didn't even start in high school. And then I only started in my sophomore year in high school because the guy above me retired. He was like, I'm not playing football, I'm playing basketball. When I went to Michigan football, I was the 7th quarterback on the depth chart when I got there. When I went to the New England Patriots, I was the 4th quarterback on the depth chart. So it wasn't like, it was like, here you go, Tom, here it is on a silver platter, And I think I developed a lot of traits that were sustainable over a period of time. And I think the work ethic, the leadership skills, the continued learning. I feel like I'm a very curious person. I'm a lifelong learner. I think those things all contributed and were very sustainable traits that I learned from different groups of people over periods of time. And over time, I've been very fortunate to be around some amazing people in my life. I had the best parents in the world. I had the most supportive sisters. I had great coaches in high school that instilled the love of the game in me. I went to college. It was a tough college experience, but I developed one mentor there, my friend Greg Harden, who was really psychologically shifted my mind and said, quit bitching about the things you don't have and start thinking about the things that you do have. You don't think the coach is giving you a chance. Think about the chances that he is giving you. And I shifted my mind, and instead of complaining that I didn't get as many opportunities as the other guys, I said, I'm gonna do the best with the ones I got. And when I got those opportunities, I took advantage of it. And because I took advantage of it, I did so well that they started giving me more opportunity. And I was like, sure, this works pretty good. Let me keep working hard. They gave me more. And that really was a great lesson in my life that I learned at 19, that I always saw myself as a victim, that I wasn't getting the opportunities when other guys were. But the reality was, because when I would get the opportunities, I wouldn't take advantage of them. Then I started getting the opportunities, and he helped me really with my mental mindset, as you said, and I started taking advantage of the opportunities. And then when I got to pro football and I was ready to compete, I'm like, hey, I'm ready to take advantage of some opportunities. If the coach gives me one, and I always said this, if the coach puts me in, I'm never coming off the field. If he gives me that shot, I'm not coming off the field. And to this day, outside of an injury, I haven't ever come off the field. And I still work today like I worked in my first year. Because why would I change now? Why would I? I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep being curious about things that can help me get better. I'm going to maintain this discipline, routine, and lifestyle that I've developed over a long period of time. It didn't all come at once, but I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use that to the best of my ability. And every person that doubted me, every person that said I couldn't doubt it, thank you. That was great motivation for me. And I've had a lot of motivation, but at different times you need little different bits of motivation. All the experience that happened in my life, I'm very grateful for. They've all made me and allowed me to become the person that I've been. And I'm not done yet. I don't see myself as a finished product. So football is one very important aspect of my life. Obviously my family. And then I have, our business interests, and at the core of what I love is TB12 and our TB12 business, because I want people to live great lives. I want people to just enjoy their kids and their grandkids. And I want to see kids, maximize their potential in their life through, doing things they love to do. And as long as I'm walking this planet, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to try to give people as many lessons and many nuggets of information as I've learned over time to give them, and hopefully help them succeed. So many people say, Tom, and I may be jumping ahead to a few of your questions, how can you be playing at 44? How can you still do it? Nobody else has ever done that. The answer is so simple. It's the time and energy that Alex and I spend together with my body coach, who Alex is my body coach, returning my muscles back to their optimal state. And if he can do that, then I can continue to play. If either of us lose focus, if either of us lose discipline, if I say, no, I'm good, man, I don't need to focus on our recovery, our active recovery treatments today, then I'm not going to be playing football. That's just the way it's going to be. My muscles will get too dense, too stiff, too tight, too quickly, and I won't be able to do the thing that I really love to do the most, which is play football for a period of time.
Yeah, and I think it's great to hear you talk about that, because because so much gets written in the press, and we get a lot of questions here at TB12 about it. A lot of focus gets put on, Tom Brady eats a plant-based diet, Tom Brady does this, Tom Brady does that. And as you just said, I know we've talked about extensively, at the core of it all is this notion of pliability, and what you do with Alex every day. The nutrition, the hydration, the adaptations to your workout are all meant to support and amplify the pliability. They're not in any one instance the silver bullet, right?
Yeah, and I have zero doubt, that 20 years from now, every single professional sports team, every single college, university, everybody will be talking about pliability and the impact it has on people's performance over time. It is absolutely 100% certain that this is the key to longevity for athletes.